Hello everyone, thank you for joining us for another episode of News Generation. Coming up today, 1 out of 4 girls in Ghana will be married before their 18th birthday. We tell you how some NGOs are working to end this trend. Classes under trees, we will share the ordeal of some pupils at Mpamprasi School in the Eastern region. Social media platforms, Facebook, WhatsApp and Twitter have all been blocked in Uganda as they elect a new president. All these and more coming up in a bit. Stay with us.
News Generation, supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid.
Welcome back. Now remember, you can meet us online. It's facebook.com/newsgenerationgh and at newsgengh on Twitter. And Akesi's here. Hello.
Hello, Amma.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
How has your week
been? Quite hectic. I started my exams recently, so yeah.
End of term exam already?
Midterm is actually a mock exam for me, so.
How's it going?
So far, so good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all the best to all of you also writing your midterm exams and your mock exams. All the best to all of you. Now, to our first story. 1 out of 4 girls in Ghana will be married before their 18th birthday. According to research by UNICEF, women and adolescent girls' lack of knowledge on their reproductive health rights is said to be a major factor that accounts for child marriages. AfriKids Ghana is working in Wiaga in the Bulsa North District to improve access to sexual reproductive health services in targeted communities in the district. Albert Sori has more. The girl child coordinator for the Bulsa North District, Lydia Gariba, complained that many parents in the area marry their daughters off when they get pregnant, a situation she says should no longer exist.
When the girls leave, when they are pregnant, parents should not drag them away. They should do well to allow them to stay home, deliver, and go back to school. When they come back after delivery and they come to the office, we'll write, put it into writing, and then they are admitted elsewhere, or the same secondary school or JSS, which they were.
One of the 2 projects AfriKids Ghana launched in the Bulsa North District will create an opportunity for the creation of mother-to-mother support groups so that women can share experiences and learn from each other. Named the Futures Freedom Project, this project will also educate adolescent girls on their reproductive health rights.
Also, as part of Africa's work in child protection, we have come across a lot of incidents of children dropping out of school as a result of pregnancy. We have also witnessed some deaths as a result of illegal abortions. We have also had to support parents to take care of their children because they have not planned their families and hence have so many children that they can't cater for. Lastly, girls in our communities are dropping out of school and being given out in marriage. That is why we are so excited of this project, and also that even at the national level, the First Lady and her colleague First Ladies in other countries have seen the need for us to all come together to work against child marriage.
The 2 projects, Sexual Reproductive Health Rights and the Life Cycle Approach, are funded by the Department for International Development and UNICEF. District Chief Executive for Bulsa North, Bonaventure Adangabe, said the launch of the 2 projects by AfriKids Ghana is timely.
I am particularly excited that this project seeks to set up an adolescent youth-friendly corner in one of our health facilities, and that is the St. Louis Health Center in Wiaga. We are confronted with challenges regarding sexual and reproductive health of our little ones. Indeed, we are very much aware that it has always been difficult for our girls to discuss issues about their sexual reproductive health with their parents and their teachers. So in setting up this corner in the hospital, I think it will give them the opportunity to discuss freely with the officers that will man that place.
Pupils of the Asseja DA Primary School and Mpamprasi School in the Iswojaman district in the Eastern region have been forced to study under trees and in poor structures for the past 5 years. Teachers and pupils are not happy because the situation affects teaching and learning.
Pupils of Asseja DA Primary, Sapo, and Mpamprasi have to study in poor structures or under trees. The pupils are easily distracted, a situation which makes learning very difficult. This tree serves as a common room for teachers who said they have to contend with snakes on a daily basis. Headmaster of one of the 3 schools, John Dojaga, said the situation is really affecting enrollment and academic work in the schools. He said some parents have been forced to withdraw their awards from the schools due to the lack of a KG block and the bad nature of the school structures.
The only option we have is to close them. When we realize that the storm will be too heavy, we keep them for some time. When the rain is over, we allow them to go back to their rooms. Because after raining, the distance will be swelling, the droplets of the rain will be swelling their books. So there will not be any need for us to keep them. And the ground too is not all that good. So they are health hazards. Because of the health hazards, we send them to their parents.
Iswojaman District Chief Executive Thomas Ampemnyako said the district assembly is collaborating with the NGO Pencils of Promise to construct a new 3-unit classroom block with offices and a KVIP for the schools in the 3 communities.
Son, of the Holy Spirit.
Now, 2 students received knife wounds earlier this week in separate incidents. One student was cut in the palm by an assailant, believed to be a student, while the other student was attacked and stabbed 3 times in the back by some unknown persons. You have been sharing your views about unending violence in schools.
I heard that the Unity Hall and Kantanka Hall were in a competition, and then later it turned into a fight, and now 2 people have been stabbed.
Through a competition, 2 people get stabbed, and then their life is in danger. No one knows if they're going to die or not. It's something that cannot be thought of.
I think there is a complete act of indiscipline, especially on people who are supposed to be mature and to be thinking deep into the matter. I was so surprised when I heard it because I didn't expect something like that from university candidates.
I think that the main cause might be they weren't well trained, or peer pressure, or they are just immature.
This was pure indiscipline, because the fact that 2 halls are rivals in one university doesn't make it all the same, because it means that the university nowadays will not be safe. If every time you hold a competition, people are always going to get injured. So things must be done in order to prevent such incidents from happening again.
I think it should be stopped. It's not right. You have to understand if the person wins or you get defeated by someone else.
Sanctions must be meted out to those responsible, very strong sanctions, so that to also deter people from going into doing that same thing again. And if you keep on doing it, they must be sacked, not even sacked, dismissed.
Sanctions should be meted out on those who did it to deter others from it, because saying that because of that you won't hold meetings in halls is not possible.
I think the university must implement deterrent punishment to serve as a warning to others who want to engage in the same act.
Thorough investigations must be made into those who are behind the incident, and by all means, all of them standing there all have mobile phones, so you always have witnesses there to see who started it.
Well, on our social media page, Maureen Akaba says mostly school competitions are supposed to be healthy, educative and fun, but nowadays competitors are aggressive because they see competitions as opportunities to display rivalry, which is very absurd and bad. Akesi, what do you think about student violence?
I think that sometimes, it goes way back. As in, for example, if I'm running a race or something and you did something to me previously, I would want to get back at you. So I take this opportunity to get back at you. Sometimes that's what causes it. Sometimes it's this, relationship thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't competition supposed to be healthy and fun for everyone to enjoy, to learn, to bond? Is this the time to be attacking each other? That's rather the time that you should just talk about your differences, move on,
and
shake hands.
Forget past things. Yeah. I think maybe these students aren't aware. They need to be taught, guidance, counseling, and stuff like that.
You can join the conversation on our Facebook page. It's News Generation GH and at NewsGenGH on Twitter. Akesi, what do we have next?
Well, let's take a look at other stories that have been making headlines in local news round.
The Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service have dismissed allegations that government has refused to settle outstanding arrears owed the various teacher unions. The teacher unions have threatened to embark on a strike action by the end of February if their concerns are not addressed. They are demanding the payment of arrears of the 2013 and 2014 batches of newly recruited teachers, as well as those on promotion and others who were reinstated or re-engaged. A 6-rail coach carrying a number of passengers from Temahaba railway station to Accra derailed just 20 meters from its station. The station officials said the cause of the derailment is yet to be established and no passenger was hurt by the incident. The Ghana FA has charged Ashanti Gold Sporting Club to appear before its disciplinary committee for boycotting the medal presentation session at the 2015 Super Cup on February 7. Ashanti Gold lost by 1-0 to Mediama Sporting Club at the Accra Sports Stadium, and the entire team refused to turn up for the medal presentation session due to alleged bad officiating. Ex-Kotoko coach Masood Dramani has been appointed Ghana's under-20 coach, replacing Celestete. Dramani will take full charge of the team upon his return from Zanzibar, where he is holding a course for the continent's football governing body, CAF. Masood Dramani is hugely rated in Ghana after he guided the country's Black Maidens to clinch bronze at the 2012 FIFA World Under-17 Women's Championship in Azerbaijan. The first batch of 30 players who were called up to train last week have been released to join their respective clubs ahead of the start of a new soccer season.
When we come back, we'll take you to Pakistan and South Africa. Stay with us.
We all know how important.
Welcome back. Remember, from our next episode, you have the chance to walk away with something nice from News Generation. So stay tuned to your TV, join us online, and you never know, you could be the one with that special something from us. Now, 17-year-old Moise won the Free Press Unlimited Youth Award for producing a short film on his year abroad. He received the award at the UNAOC Plural Plus Youth Video Award. Yes, the award-winning film.
I'd be lying if I say I don't miss the sound of my mother telling me to wake up every morning. But I love the way my host mom makes me smile when she makes my favorite food for dinner. You haven't met them, how are you going to spend a year with them? They said. I have an answer to that. Living in here and knowing the people you're living with is indeed the joy of it. I miss my school year. My classmates are my seniors now. I missed some family reunions. Didn't get to eat my favorite food. Do I miss it? Yes. Do I regret coming here? No. Ask me and I'll say it was worth it. Every second. From watching my mother showing me how to do my chores, to sitting with my father and watching the Super Bowl, to teaching my brother how to play soccer, I'll never forget. I realized that during these 9 months, I was far from my country, but not far from home. What have you learned, they asked me. Before I give a detailed answer, I did not learn to disrespect my elders. I did not learn to stop believing in what I believed in. I learned that the world is huge. I learned the meaning of diversity. Learned what hospitality, relations, and family truly mean. I saw possibilities, opportunities, met people, made ties. I made mistakes. I took steps I shouldn't have, but then again, who didn't? Now looking back on this year, I'm filled with a sea of emotions, but I'm happy. I knew I was gonna go back someday, but I also knew I was here. I'm glad it didn't take me 9 months to realize what this year really means. Word of advice, you ask me. In with your fear, out with your chest, down with your shoulders, up with your head. Stand your ground, you are the sole witness of your entire success. That chin should not go down even if you make a mess. Looking at my travel information at the end, I don't regret what I have done. What I regret is what I didn't do. After all, I feel I belong. I do not know how to exist otherwise. Unconditional smiles, sleepless nights, adding to your files, your own petty fights. All of your friends. Among everything else that I learned here, pride found a new definition, strength found a new cause, relations found a new perspective, and I found a new home. I've always loved packing and going to places, but not this time. If I was given a chance to go back in time, if it was possible, I would go back and do it all, even if it means reliving some very tough times. Back to when I first played the guitar, back to when I first led it, back to when I first scored for my team. I'd do it all over again. Facing the mere fact that I might not be able to see these faces again does not sit well with me. Apparently, neither does fate. These memories, as pleasant as they are, do not please me. Yes, I care for my family, but I care for both of them.
Well, how are things going?
Things are going good. We just survived.
Now let's meet Oscar from South Africa, a dancer, motivational speaker, a comedian, and a student as well.
My name is Oscar Von Mimity. Currently, I am a motivational speaker, hip-hop performer, working a bit on comedy, hype man for Tall Asthma, and on top of that, I am also doing Mama Trick. The hip-hop space was interesting because I was in grade 5, and my friend and I were at home doing a little home video, and they played some tracks, but I was dancing to it. And my dad's like, hey, you got rhythm, my boy, you need to follow this. So I did. I believe I can change the world because, first of all, as much as my condition is a disadvantage, it's also my advantage because it means I'm unconventional. And originality can never be formulated from conventionality.
I'm sure you've heard about the Ugandan elections and the fact that President Yoweri Museveni seeks to extend his 30-year rule. Now, social media platforms have all been blocked to stop people from telling lies, as the government puts it. But this election, like others in the past, is seen as a controversial one because the main opposition leader has been arrested 2 times. Can you live without any of your social media platforms?
Actually, I can, though it'd be quite difficult because I always want to be updated on everything. But on this particular issue, I think there's an ulterior motive behind this. It's not, you know, keeping the country safe, as they say, telling lies. Is that actually believable? Amma, tell me, do you actually believe this?
Well, the Ugandan people have found a way around it. They're still posting and tweeting things online. They have found a way around the blockade.
As they always do.
Yes, as people will, where there's a will, there's a way. So they found a way around it and they are tweeting anyway. So I don't see how effective this is.
It's
Maybe
not
the bulk of the
effective
people
at all.
won't have access, but those who are tech savvy have found a way around it.
We thank God. Now, before we go, we'd like to wish Ifwa Aqua Harrison a speedy recovery. Ifwa, we hope to see you soon. Anything for Ifwa?
Yeah, get well soon and join us back in here so that we keep creating the great content that we create for our audience and our viewers.
Well, that's all for this edition of News Generation. Remember to get interactive with us on social media at Facebook on facebook.com/newsgenerationgh and on Twitter at newsgengh. Until next time.
Take care.
Bye.
News Generation, supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid.